You about ready to get going on this video?
Yeah, man, this plastic stuff makes such a mess when you cut it.
Oh, I know it.
Ugh, do I have anything on my face?
No, you look fine.
Really? Okay, let's do it.
All right. All right, so we've been doing a bunch of wiring. All that wiring is not going to do us any good at all if we don't have the computer mounted up in its spot, okay?
Yeah.
You can't just let it sit around and just wiggle all over the place. So we got to figure out a mount for it, okay?
Okay.
We're going to use the donor mount. We're going to do some trimming on it, make a little bracket in that, and give that computer a nice solid place to sit, okay?
Sweet.
And the cover will actually fit over it also.
Oh, nice.
All right, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, so this computer is going to sit right about here, okay? I try to put it down as low as possible because I'm going to put an air box in here also, okay?
Yes.
So I just go ahead and I put it down as low as I can, and that's my goal, and then whatever the end result is I have to deal with later on for the air box, okay?
Yeah.
So I'll just set it over there in the meantime.
Okay.
We use the donor computer holder for it.
Yeah.
And I come in and I see what I need to do to trim this box off to get it lower and closer to my fender, okay? And on this one, I'm going to take a grinder. I'm going to grind some of this off. I'm going to grind some of the bottom of it off. I'm going to grind this lip off a little bit and try to get it tighter to the fender and lower to the fender. And I've done them before, so I kind of know what I'm going to take off of it. So I'll do it a little quicker, but like the first time I do them, I'll take a little bit off, check it until I get to my final product.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, you don't want to take too much of it off, okay?
Sweet.
All right, so I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Right. How do I do that? I do it with a grinder.
Yes.
Okay. And this is for metal, but it also works on plastic.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Weird.
I know I take this edge off. I know that. All right. Okay, I also know that this has to be taken off a little bit. It'll get it closer into that fender, inner fender well on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so. See how we're doing, all right? All right. Okay. I think a little more of this needs to come off. All right.
Okay.
The other thing is too, I'm trying to keep it away from that light socket right there because I don't want to have to move the computer to get to the light socket.
Yeah.
Okay. But the computer's easy to move, but still, it'd be better if you didn't have to. If you could reach down there and pull it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
That's probably about as close as I'm going to get it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to mark where it's at. I'm going to mark the top corner right there, okay? And so now we got to make a bracket.
How are we going to do that?
Oh, you know.
Oh, okay.
This thing's going to be held in 3 spots, all right?
Okay.
So I reach in and I feel about how close I am to that bottom hole there, okay?
Okay.
So give me an idea of how to bend the bracket up, okay?
Okay.
We'll do it off of this thing. And we're going to use a torch.
Ooh.
So we're going to take this piece of steel and I'm going to come in here and just kind of follow the lines of the inner fender well, and I'm just going to bend it. I'm going to bend it down to this corner, and then I'm going to bend it down to sit flat on this, okay?
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be some crazy bending.
Yeah. It's a little complicated.
Yeah. All right, so this 1 1/4 1/8" thick cold rolled steel. I'm gonna start off with this one. I want the bend to be just past there. Okay.
Ooh, good. Warm it up in here a little bit.
Oh, it is nice.
Yeah, I was getting chilly.
Okay, so I got it right to that edge there. Okay.
Okay.
So I need it to come over and in. Okay.
Okay.
I have to do some fancy work on this one. So I want this bracket to come over and just kind of follow that line down and then back up. So I'm going to take the cutter and cut it right here so I can bend it over, okay, that direction, and then I'll cut it, a slice in it right here so I can bend it back.
Do the other one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I leave it hanging on a little bit so I can just bend it without breaking it off, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do the other line. All right, so now I can bend it that way. And then we'll bend it back this way.
Okay.
Look good?
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Yeah. Now we got to bend it right here to match up with that plane, okay?
Okay.
So, mark it. Okay. Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now. Okay. We'll clean it up a little better when we're all done, but it's good enough for now.
Okay.
Needs to be twisted just a little. Okay. When I hold it tight there, it wants to go there, so we can twist it.
Twist it. Pop it. Pull it. Twist it.
You're alright.
You remember Bop It from the 90s? 2000s?
Okay, so let's cut the excess off. And then let's drill some holes first, because then we can use the leverage on this thing to hold it still.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay, so that's where it's going to bolt to it. A hole there, another one there, and another one there.
Okay.
The bolt holes are not perfect, but it's plastic and we can adjust that, okay?
Yeah.
If it's going to bend like that, I'm going to have to weld it up a little better.
Okay.
I'll weld that inside edge, make it strong.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that'll make it plenty strong. Okay, so let's cut our excess off and figure out how to get it to the fender well.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Except the problem is it has to go at kind of that angle, okay?
Ah, I see.
So we're going to have to make a couple of little tabs that we can weld onto it at the right angle
Oh, I see.
and make it sit okay. Right like that. Alright, so let's make a bracket, or let's finish this bracket. We need to put a little lever, another little piece that's going to go from here straight out, and it will be bolted to the inner fender well, okay?
Okay.
So something like that. I'm going to make it about 4 inches long. That'll stick it out an extra 3 for a couple of bolts. And I'm going to cut it and put a little bit of an angle so I can just do a tack weld on it and kind of bend it around to where I like it, okay?
Okay.
So, let's do that. 4 inches. put a little tack weld on that end, right about where I think it's going to go, back in here, and then we can kind of set it in there and bend it in place. Okay.
Okay.
So right like that. How's that look?
Yeah.
Okay. And I could also put a little indentation in that and make it fit that fender well a little better.
Yeah.
Which I'll probably do right now. See if that did it.
Okay.
Alright, so that fits it nicely right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright, so I'm going to put a tack on it right there, a pretty nice one. So once I get it tacked, I can put it on there and I can bend that out to where I want it, okay?
Oh, okay.
Oh, round. Alright, it's pretty close. So, put it on our hanger. Okay. So not even close, right? All right. My tack weld even held.
Ooh.
Right? But I had to move it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right? So let's weld it right there. Weld almost looks good.
Very nice.
Okay.
Sweet.
So let's check it out again. Could have moved from welding it. It's like a maze kind of, or a puzzle every time, you know?
Yeah, it's so many angles going together.
All right. Pretty good. I like it. We can work with that.
Okay.
So now I just have to do a better job of welding that up and make it solid, put some strength in it, okay?
Okay.
Looks good, huh?
Sweet. I like it.
Alright. So now we got holes to drill. Alright?
Okay.
And this is a little too long, so I'm going to take a little bit off of it. Alright? And then we'll drill some holes.
Cool.
Alright, let's drill a couple holes, okay? They don't have to be super precise. Okay. Let's see what kind of problems I can have holding it this time. Okay.
Sweet.
Hold it in there again. Ooh, that's hot.
Goodness.
So So it's going to go right there. So I'm going to mark my bolt holes.
Okay.
So let's just do a little test fit on it and make sure that everything fits good.
Okay.
And once we know that that's okay, we can weld some nuts on the bottom of it and call it done.
Okay.
While we're looking at this, we should point out the new radiator adapters that I
Ooh, yes. Look at those little guys.
made. Because as soon as I'm done with mounting the computer, we're putting the radiator back in permanently. The all aluminum radiator.
Yeah. Excited about that. New sweet.
There. Alright, so there it sits, right?
Yep.
Computer fits in it perfectly. There.
There it goes. Sweet.
Alright, so it fits. The cover even fits on it, okay? There's not a whole lot of room in there, you know, between the headlamp pigtail and the computer,
Yeah.
you know? So in order to pull that, I'd have to remove the computer, but it's pretty easy to do. So I'm good with that spot. It's not strong enough to keep it from wiggling around with just those 2 points of attachment. Alright, so it still has a pretty good amount of play because it's only attached here. So we're going to take and add a bracket. We're going to add to this bracket and run it over and have a bolt go into the outer fender. So let's do that. And it'll just be a matter of a little L shape. And we'll just use a piece of 1 inch for it, alright?
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and make our bolt hole and then we'll bend it up and basically just come in here and we'll weld it to it and then drill another hole.
Okay.
Okay. $90. We're good? Okay, so now we gotta
Juice.
go do it to length.
Juice.
Another bolt hole and we'll weld it up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bolt those tight together. Okay. Take the whole bracket off now.
Go, go, go. You go.
I'm gonna go ahead and weld the nut on the back of this. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, the other nuts I'm gonna do with it, with the plastic box on it. Okay?
Okay.
So I need to cut this off. I can put the box on it. Come on, get back here now. Juice,
Come here.
we're tired of you running off and doing stuff.
I know. Come here. Come here.
Why can't you be more like Ripley and sit in the air conditioner?
Exactly.
Alright. Oh, you go in? Nope.
That one almost got me.
Get it off there before it melts through the plastic.
Yeah.
Quite a little squeaky man.
It hit me in the foot. It was hot.
Okay?
Okay.
Alright. No more welding.
Yay.
Okay, so we got it. Make sure I didn't screw up my threads. What would we do if I screwed them up?
Run a tap through it?
Yeah.
Yeah. My second choice was panic.
Start over.
Yeah. Cry.
Yeah.
It's my go-to.
Alright, so I'm gonna take the grinder and the cutter to it, and I'm gonna take some of the sharp edges off of it and clean it up a little bit, and we can go ahead and we'll have one more hole to drill, but we'll do it with it kind of on the truck.
Yeah.
That way we won't even have to center punch it or anything. We'll drill that, put a bolt through it, and that'll be it. Okay?
Cool.
Except for painting it, of course, but we'll put it on there and see how it fits before we take it apart and paint it. Okay?
Okay.
So let me do some cleaning up on it.
Alrighty.
Right. Right. All done.
Ooh.
Look okay?
Very nice.
Just took off the sharp edges and rounded the corners a little bit so don't get a splinter,
Ooh.
you know?
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, you don't want to get splinters from your LS swap.
Yeah.
So let's bolt this thing in, drill one more hole, and we're going to call it good except for painting it, okay?
Sweet.
And I'm going to do it the way it'll actually be finished.
Okay.
So in through the inner fender well, bolt, washer, lock washer.
the one over there will be super strong.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright. Drill a hole. That one. Give you a nice big hole to go through here. Yep. Washer, and I will get some shorter 1/4" bolts. Okay. Alright, so that is very strong. It's not going anywhere. You could stand on that practically. Alright, so let's put this thing in. I was going to go a whole job without bleeding.
Aww. I don't have time to bleed.
I got time to bleed. That's my favorite line. Okay, notice I make all the bolts easy to access.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of it. Oh, it's hard to do from that angle. You could probably do it better with your little hands. I was thinking about putting a bolt going through that direction, and that'd be easier to get on.
Oh, like weld it like a stud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cover. Yeah, there it is. All right. So that's its final home, right there.
Sweet.
All right. Want me to show somebody else a real quick trick
Sure.
on this one? All right. The hood cable. Okay.
Yeah.
It usually comes through, and it usually passes through this hole, and it goes through another hole right there. So it's hard to make that cable stay out of your way if you're doing something over here, like a battery with the battery, or that we're going to put an air intake in here.
Yeah.
So I take and when I have my radiator in there, I go ahead and I make myself a new hole, and we'll have to paint it up and make it look nice, but I make myself a new hole so it shoots down and it drops below everything.
Ooh,
and it
yeah.
stays out of the way, and it goes underneath the box instead of across the top like they do when they come through the other one. That you come through here and go around, and they're kind of a pain.
Yeah.
So that's how I move those. I just make a bigger hole. I make a big hole for it, straight down instead of straight through the radiator support.
Yeah. That's much better. Because it doesn't matter, you know, what side you put your battery on or what you do with your intake. That's an area you're doing a lot of stuff in. So.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
with it like that, you end up being able to not see it, and it's not a pain for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The box, I made it super sturdy. Okay.
Yeah.
A wire, you know, you don't want your computer down there moving at all, because you got those small wires going to it, and if you take and jiggle wires together forever, eventually something breaks or lose contact. So you want it mounted nicely, okay? Nice and firm, and as low down as possible, especially if you're going to be doing something else above it, you know?
Yep.
And then I highly recommend doing it and using the cover to keep the connectors dry.
Yep.
Keep moisture off of them.
Yep, they don't like to be wet.
Right. Good.
Pretty sweet. Looks great.
Yeah. It's one of those things, it's a super boring job to do, but it is part of the job that has to get done, so.
Yep, and it's something that we've had people ask about. So, actually
Yep.
had somebody ask about it yesterday. So,
Yep.
very cool.
Right. So, up next on this truck, we're going to do an air intake for it. So,
Yep.
Stay tuned for that one. All right, so we hope that gives you some ideas for your own swap. If you did it a different way, let us know. We always love hearing about that in the comments. Thanks a lot. Oh,
Makes
no.
such a mess. Do I have anything on my face?
No?
Do I have anything on my face?
No, you look fine.
Oh, do I have anything on my face?
No, you look fine.
Okay.
No, you look fine. No, I think you look fine.
Okay.
No, you look fine.
Really? Okay. Let's do it.
All right.